of June 2025. So just a little update. So I have been to work, of course, but I've also collected some euros. Okay, so I didn't collect a lot because obviously this is only for a small break. So I got basically 80 euros worth of money, which is 70 quid, right? Because that's what the rate is at the moment anyway. It's about 113, something like that, 114 to the pound for euros. But then I do get club card prices because of working in a Tesco. So that's what I got. Now, because the obvious plans are, I do want to get out to Benidorm, okay? And I have seen a couple of video clips on my channel that I did videos of when I last went to Mundamar and also Terra Natura. But it wasn't for YouTube, it was just normal video footage, just in general, right? Didn't even have the channel. So to actually go there and do the video series for the channel will be even more special because I will be able to be live on camera like this, but sitting in the seating area of the Mundamar Zoo so that you, the audience, will be able to see the dolphins performing and, you know, jumping about, doing their dancing, whatever it is they do. And trust me, it is a spectacular show, believe me. It had me feeling very emotional watching it. And that went also for the sea lions and the parrots. Believe me, I was emotional. I could have just cried. I wanted to cry. Because, not because I'm sad or because I'm sensitive. Well, I am sensitive in some respects. But I do have feelings. Okay? And let's face it, I mean, I'm going to admit it on camera. I have had my feelings hurt in quite a lot of different areas of my life. I've also had trust destroyed in certain aspects of my life as well. Won't discuss that on here, but things have affected me. So I am a lot more now. I can get more emotional than what I used to do, if you know what I mean. But the point is on that. Seeing those dolphin shows. Hello to you, your girl Kaylee. Nice to see you on here. Pleasure to meet you on the chat and the stream. So, as I said, going to Mundamar in Benidorm to watch the dolphins and the sea lions and the exotic parrots and birds perform, it's just an amazing experience. And it's always a packed seating area. There's loads of people sitting there. That's not very kind. I will remove that comment. So please subscribe to my channel at Cosmo25. Thank you very much, your girl Kaylee. If you subscribe to my channel and go onto my Benidorm playlist, from 2023, Benidorm series 2023, it's on there of me going to Mundamar, but it isn't actually a Benidorm series because I didn't have the channel. Okay, so I just did video footage of when I last went. And now I've removed them, Morgan. I've removed them. So, but anyway, so thank you so much, everybody that's joining the stream now. 21 views. Thank you so much. Please subscribe at Cosmos25 because when I go over to Benidorm, and I will be going, I've got my euros from work, so that's sorted. It's called Keyboard Warriors. Thank you so much. Go away, Vincent Blaze. I do not want any religious comments on here. And he'll be destroyed at some point anyway, Satan will, so go away. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it's just putting me off. So, but anyway, Mundamar, yeah, in Benidorm is where I'm going to head, because I want to go out there and do the series out there again. Go to the zoos, Terra Natura first, which is just outside Benidorm. It's next to Terra Mythica, which is a theme park. How old am I? 42. But I'm single, solo traveller. I would love a travel buddy, but again, I just go and enjoy myself. But I don't mind meeting new people. I love meeting new people. Ideally, I'd love a soulmate. I'd love a travel buddy. Hello to you, Wayne. Nice to have you back on the stream. But I'm just updating people on the Benidorm series coming up because I've got my euros earlier today at work. Thank you so much, Morgan. That's really kind. Please subscribe to my channel at Cosmos25. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I've got Instagram. That's fine, Kaylee. I've got Instagram. It's Carl M. Smith 1983. I've got Snapchat. It's Carl.Smith31. And I'm on Facebook as well. So you can find the links to my Instagram and Facebook on my YouTube channel, okay? So they're on there. So don't be afraid to drop a message. But as I say, please subscribe to the channel and you can watch the videos and leave comments. I always reply to the comments. So don't be afraid to drop a comment on any of the videos that are on there. I've just been to Dubrovnik the last few weeks. I also went to Peak Wildlife Park earlier this week and also Dimmingsdale because I'm from Staffordshire in the UK. So I'm on the doorstep of Alton Towers. So it's nice to actually have those areas around me to go and visit. I go to Twycross Zoo, I go to Who Zoo at Telford, Chester Zoo, Shrewsbury Prison, that's a tourist attraction. They're all good places to visit. So I've got plenty of playlists on my channel. So don't be afraid if you have to leave the chats. You can come back on the streams anytime I'm on here. You'll get a notification on your phone anyway if you are subscribed. Or you can just see that I'm live and you can just join. But I want as many as possible to join the live streams when I go to Benidorm again. So that when I go to Mundamar, which will be on the Wednesday, I will be setting the stream for the time that the show starts, okay? Because the shows are on set times during the day. So and you've got to remember as well, because Spain is 60 minutes ahead of English time, you've got to just take that into account. So I want to set the live streams to the times that the shows start. So I'm going to do them in order because Mundamar is set out in levels. So when you walk into Mundamar through the entrance, once you've paid, you've got like meerkats and flamingos, and then there's actually a sea lion enclosure at the end of there. And then as the path, you go round the path, and then the next bit you've got like lemurs, you've got lorikeets up there, you've got other types of monkeys, tamarins and all that up there. You've got tortoises as well. And then the next shed that you go in, the next area you go in, is where they do the parrot show. And then as you work your way round again, you've got like the dolphins. They're right at the top. Yes, I have been before, Wayne, in 2023, but not for my YouTube channel, okay? So if you go onto I'm just saying to your girl, Kaylee, if you go on to the Benidorm 2023 playlist on my YouTube, you'll have to scroll down, because it's quite a way down, and click on there and click through the little videos. You'll see that I've stayed at the Sol Pelicanos, where they filmed the Benidorm series, and I met Darren Litton, he's on the video, and also Chrissy Rock, I met her as well, Sean Foster Connolly, yeah, please do. And your friends will be on Facebook anyway, so you'll see the pictures as well. And go onto the album on there as well. If you go down to Sol Pelicanos album on my social media, you'll see them in there as well. Because I upload my videos onto social media for those that aren't subscribed to my channel that are on my social media, okay? So I always encourage people to subscribe, preferably on a live stream, rather than just announce it on every video. But because I edit my videos now using the app on my phone, I can put the subscription details at the end of the video. And that's thanks to Gordon up the road, who has helped me with that. And he's done me a new intro video for Benidorm as well. So if I do go to Benidorm, and I have every intention in going, now I've got my Euros, and of course I've got the Jet 2 t-shirt, so which I've been given by Becky from Co-op Travel downtown here, because she knows I'm a fan of Jet 2 and I do go with them quite often. So I will be obviously editing the videos and putting my details at the end of the video rather than announce it on the channel itself. But on a live stream like this, I would obviously get people to subscribe because this is set to private, not public. That's why. So anyway, so Mundamar is fantastic. It's over €30 to go in, but I tell you what, it is worth every single penny, you could say, or every single cent, every single euro to go in. Believe me, the shows are amazing. I've been sat there feeling very emotional watching them. That's the effect it has. It's such an amazing experience, and you can even have photographs with the dolphins and the sea lions and also lorikeets as well, because I've got pictures of me, because I had photos done and I bought them, of me kneeling next to one of the dolphins from the show and also one of the sea lions as well. It is an absolutely fantastic experience, and I'm going to do it because I want you guys out there that join the live stream to watch the video yourself and watch it actually take place live from Benidorm. I won't be doing much talking on it because there's no point, because there's music playing, which will probably get me a copyright strike, so I'll have to edit that out. But even if you just watch the performance, it's just amazing in itself. But yeah, I will be setting the live streams specifically for the times of the shows. I know roughly what time they are. So I'm planning to do it in a certain order. So I'll be doing the shows in order that they are on up there. But I can go to Mundamore either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday. And I'm actually preferring to go Wednesday because it gives me more of a day in there. Because I mean, I could go Tuesday afternoon, which is after I've arrived. But then I'm thinking, well, it's going to make me late back to the hotel and I will have had a long day anyway. I won't have slept because I will have worked Monday evening and then I will have stayed up to then leave home here to go to the airport, which will be East Midlands, to then fly out to Alicante. And it's an early flight in the morning. It's after 6:30 in the morning with Jet2. I get into Alicante at 10, so I'm going to get into Benidorm probably midday, and it's give out 33 degrees. So it's going to be absolutely belting hot. Hotter than what we've had here. We've had really good weather the last few days, actually. Kind of a preview of what I'm going to get, but it's going to be hotter over there. But then it's a dry heat abroad. I always noticed that, actually. So, and I can kind of cope with it. And I've got plenty of sun cream, so I'll be lapping that on, believe me. And mosquito repellent as well. But I'll be lapping plenty of sun cream on. Have my sun hat on, which has got Dubrovnik on my sunglasses. And I'll be wearing a shirt similar to this, a thin one. So, but I'll make sure that I'm well sun creamed because I'm going to be exposed to the sun, specifically when you're watching the shows, because you're not in any shade. You are literally sitting outside and the sun is beating down on you. You've got to make sure you're well hydrated. So there'll be plenty of water because I'll need it. But trust me, the shows will be worth it. And I'll have the phone on the selfie stick, which I can extend up because it becomes a tripod. And I will set the phone up specifically for the time of the shows. So I'll give you an idea of what the show times are. And if you've got a pen and paper, please make a note. I will repeat it twice. And I'll go as slow as possible saying it so that you're not thinking, yes, I know, I'll be cooking. I'll be like a baguette that you can buy in Tesco. You know, one of them brown ones. A tiger baton. Literally that colour, brown. But even for 2 or 3 days, that doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, I'm going to have a 2-month rest period of travelling till September, which is then my mum and dad's 50th anniversary cruise, which me and my brother and my mum and dad are going on. So I've got my dad in hospital again. So I've got all that to deal with. It's his 3rd time in. So we want to get him right for the cruise. He's not been well at all. I don't really want to talk about that on here, but he hasn't been well at all. So I like to get out the house, go for walks, go to wildlife parks and go travelling just for brief periods while I'm off work. I'm not this week because I've got overtime at work, but it's something to look forward to for when I've done all my overtime and it's extra money. Right, so regarding the times, so Mundamore, I'm going to go on the Tuesday. Now I know that it opens at 10 a.m. and it closes at 6. So my plan will be to basically, after breakfast at the hotel, get a taxi because I'm not going to stay in the Levante side of Benidorm. I do not like it down there. I know other people do. They like going down there for the booze, for the stag do's, for the hen do's, for the parties, for the clubs and pubs, whatever you want to call it, the British food. I do not like the atmosphere. Now, people might think, well, that's a bit strange, a young person not liking the pubs and clubs. It's each to their own at the end of the day. And Benidorm is split into 3 parts, if you think about it. If you look at Benidorm on a map, on Google Maps, and you go onto satellite view, you look at Benidorm on Street View or whatever, it's split into 3 parts. It says Poniente, Old Town, Levante, right? Most people think, oh, that's the British side. They don't bother about the Old Town. They skip to the Poniente side, but it is split into 3 parts, okay? So you've got Poniente, Old Town, Levante. Right, and it's shaped like a heart a little bit actually. So basically, my favourite part of Benidorm is the Old Town. Okay, it's very quiet. Not that I don't go down to the Levante side because Mundamore is located right down the other end of Levante. It's actually in Rincon de Loix, which is right by the rocks, by the mountain at the end of the Levante promenade. Okay, it's at the back. Okay. So if you want to know where Mundamore is, it's near the Hotel Melia. The Hotel Melia. It's on the same road as the Melia, the Flamingo Oasis, and also the Benidorm answer to Greg's cafe that you can go to. and it's along that road, and then you have to turn up a street and walk right the way up there. Okay, and then next to it is like a water park for kids. Okay, but you can go into both of them, but I much prefer the animal one, actually. I think it's called Aqualand, I'm not sure, but I think it is, yes, it's called Aqualand, but it's next door to Mundamore. So anyway, the plan will be on the Wednesday after breakfast to get to Mundamore for around 10 o'clock, something like that, when it opens. To give me an hour or so just to look round the first part and then work my way up to where the parrot show is. Now, that show begins at 11:15, okay, which will be 10:15 UK time. Okay, so I'll repeat that again. So the parrot show starts at 11:15, and I think it goes on for about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's half an hour from what I last remember. Then the next show after that is I think it's 12:15, which will be 11:15. That's the Sea Lions show. Okay, so again, I'm going to check all this, okay? Because if I have given the wrong times, don't worry about it, because I will come back on a live stream and I will update you with the correct times. I'm just going off memory from when I went in 2023, okay? So when will I start recording? Well, the live stream will go live as the show starts, okay? So I will set the phone specifically for the time of the show starting. So if the show starts at 11:15, okay, which will be 10:15 in English time, I will set it to probably just after 10 past to give you a chance to get ready for it. So basically the phone, you'll be able to see it as it's about to start, okay? Because they may give announcements in Spanish, of course, first. They may say, oh, you're not allowed to take photographs with flash or whatever, or disturb other people. Again, I'll have to put up with that, but lots of people do take photos and video of it because I saw them doing it. So it's not going to stop me, and I'll be very discreet with my phone. If I can't stand it up near me because it'll block somebody behind, I will just hold the stick in my hand and just in front of me like that, so that the camera is aiming at where the show is, okay? I'll try and set it so that it's not portrait like it is at the moment, but I'll set it to horizontal, but my phone plays up when I do that, so I generally end up doing my live streams like this on portrait, but I can't help that. But I will do normal footage without being on stream as well. So if I do disappear off live stream while the show's on, don't worry about it, okay? I will be back on very quickly because I want to do normal footage as well and get photographs, so that anything you do miss on the live stream, you will see on the episode, because I will edit that footage. So you'll still see it anyway on the episode and the live stream. So you'll get both. Plus, I'll add a few photographs on at the end of perhaps the dolphins in position, because I've took the photograph as they're jumping, and I think, oh, I've got a photograph. I will include that as well. Okay, so I would say 11:15, I believe, is the first show, which is the Sea Lions. Okay, the next one will be 12:15, which is the parrots, and then I think 1:15 is the dolphins, because they usually do 2 shows a day. Okay, because I know when the afternoon ones are. Okay, there's one at 3:15, 4:15, and 5:15. Right, because it shuts at 6. So they generally do 2 shows a day. So they'll do a sea lion show in the morning and the afternoon, parrots in the morning and the afternoon, dolphins in the morning and afternoon. So I know they do 2 shows a day. Okay, so you're not going to miss it. So if I can't get a lot of footage on the first show, I may decide to go to the second one just to get a bit more footage. Okay, but believe me, it's worth every single cent to go in there, honestly. The dolphin show is at the top of the park, and you've got a fantastic view of Benidorm from up there as well. And I went in to have a photograph with the dolphins. See, I think you have to take your shoes off, and then you just kneel down next to the dolphin. They come up out the water, and then they just sit there, and then you have a photograph with them. Honestly, it's an amazing experience. Loads of kids love it. There's queues a mile long to have the photographs. But it's an amazing experience, honestly. So I'm going to definitely do it, and I'm going to be videoing loads of footage. Okay, so please enjoy the live streams. I will set the phone so that it videos it for the start of the shows. So as I say, it's around 10 or 11:15 in the morning for the first one, then 12:15, then 1:15, and then there's another show at 3:15, 4:15, and 5:15. Okay, that's actually the hours. So they have an hour break in between. So they have the first hour and it opens before they do a show, and then they have an hour in the afternoon. I suppose for lunch, give the staff a chance to have a break, to have lunch, for people to have something to eat as well that are visiting. But there are 2 shows of each of them every day. So you've got 2 parrot shows, 2 dolphin shows, and 2 sea lion shows. So either way, I'm going to get the footage of all of it. So please be on the streams. And I will also do a stream around the park as well in general, not just the shows, but that is the prime reason I'm going to go to Mondomar. So that will be the Wednesday. So just excuse me, I want a quick drink because it makes me... Hello to you, Snow Leopard. So I was just saying about the live shows at Mondomar in Benidorm. So as I've just said, again, there'll be 2 shows at Mondomar on the day I go, which will be the Wednesday. So there's one at 11:15, 12:15 and 1:15, and then the afternoon it's 3:15, 4:15 and 5:15. So there's 2 shows on those times for the dolphins, the sea lions and the parrots, okay? And I'm going to be videoing all of it, okay? As much footage as my phone storage will take. But the day before, which is the Tuesday, because I'm going to do it this way round for a reason. So on the Tuesday, which is the day I'm going to go, because I can only go during my days off, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've got to be back at work Friday. So once I land back, I'll get home and then I'll have to go to work. That's the sad part, yes. But believe me, it's going to be well worth it. And there'll be videos uploaded in the days after me coming back. So there'll be plenty of footage and the live streams will be uploaded on the day I do them. So you'll get to see them anyway. Those that perhaps can't join the stream when I go on will be able to watch them later because I'll set them to public, which is what I'm going to do with this video when I finish it. So, Terra Natura, so that's the other zoo that's outside Benidorm, at the back of Benidorm. Okay, so please subscribe at Cosmos25 because there's lots of exciting series coming, not just this Benidorm one. There are other series coming up after the cruise. I'm planning a few more breaks, which is why I want to get this overtime done, get a bit more money in, because there are other places I want to go to. But yes, Benidorm will be coming up in the next week or 2. I'm definitely going to go. I've got my Euros, so I'll be booking it in the next day or 2, okay? And I will do another update on that. So Terra Natura will be the Tuesday. So I want to get to the hotel once I've landed at Alicante and got the transfer over to Benidorm, and then basically get changed and order a taxi and go up to Terra Natura, which is literally quarter of an hour out of Benidorm. And that zoo is open till 7 p.m. So I want to go and have at least 5 or 6 hours in there. And there is one show that they do in there, and that's for birds like vultures and hawks and eagles and things, right? And owls. That is another fantastic show to watch as well. So I think there's only 1 or 2 shows of that in the day. So because I'm going in the afternoon, they will have already done the morning one. So I want to get to the afternoon one and video that one, and that will be live streamed and videoed as well, okay? But there's other animals in there. There's crocodiles, there's elephants, there's rhinos, there's even camels. And then there's like a little volcano mountain that you can go in. And in there, they've got poisonous creatures like spiders, reptiles, scorpions, any insects in there that are dangerous to people. They're in there as well. And snakes are not my favourite, and neither are spiders really. But if you don't like spiders, don't watch the video. You'll be all over the bird show, I'm sure you will. It is a fantastic show, believe me. I mean, I was sat in there in 2023, and what the keepers do, they swing this like ball round, but on the ball it's got meat, and this massive vulture flew right past me. Right, a massive vulture, which obviously they do eat carcasses. Dead carcasses, but it's a massive vulture, and its claws were thicker than that. Okay, they were massive. Okay, and its beak was massive. They are ugly birds, I know, but it just flew right past people, and people were even ducking when it flew past. Okay, but there was other birds that flew past as well, and then they do like a little show at the end with all these different coloured birds. But honestly, it is a fantastic show, believe me. So I will be going to Terra Natura to video that, but Mondomar is the best because you've got the dolphins which jump up like that. They sit at the end of the pool. They like, and the sea lions have got the flippers, and, and they wave at people. Honestly, they do. I'm not making this up. If you check out that Benidorm playlist on my YouTube channel, I've put it on from when I last went, before I had YouTube. You can see the sea lions on there, and they swim really fast through the water. Honestly, it is a fantastic show, and I'm going to be videoing all of it, okay? So I want to do that for this channel, because my channel has done very well since March last year. I've exceeded 601,000 views, and I've exceeded 1,135 subscribers. And it's all thanks to all of you out there that watch the channel, that support it. So please subscribe at ColeSmith25, and please push the channel out there. Tell your friends to subscribe. Send them the link, copy the link, send it to them on WhatsApp, on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, text message, whatever. Please get your friends and family to subscribe. I want as many supporters, and I know the live stream will do very well. I'm sure there'll be lots of views on that day. And like I say, if there isn't, it'll be made public anyway at the end, so ones that have missed it can watch it. So that's the plan, to go to Terra Natura Tuesday afternoon, get a taxi from the hotel up to Terra Natura, pay to go. It's €32 to go in. And it's about €30 to go in Monday night. It is expensive, but I tell you what, it is worth every penny. And you need a day to half a day in both. So I want to do Terra Natura Tuesday, because then it gives me Tuesday evening, when the zoo shuts, to go back to the hotel, have a shower, pardon me, which I'll need to do because I'll be sweltering. And then go for dinner and have an evening stroll down to the old town, my favourite part. Go up onto the balcony, get a nice sea air, nice breeze up there. Get onto the balcony, go into Tapas Alley, have some tapas and sangria. And then I think I'll be ready for the bed, because I'll be wrecked. And then the next morning, up and breakfasted, get a taxi down to Mundamar in the Levante side, go and do the shows in the morning. I won't stay all day to do the afternoon ones. I will just go and do the ones that are in the morning. So that'll be 11:15, 12:15 and 1:15, which is obviously the sea lions, the parrots and the dolphins, okay? And then probably towards the afternoon, I will then leave the Mundamar Zoo once I've got plenty of photos and video footage. And I want to go down to the Levante side, where Matteo's bar is. Go in there. I may meet Darren, Lytton, I may not, but I will still go Matteo's anyway, because I like going in there, because it's the series of Benidorm. And I can see the Sol Pelicanos where they filmed it. I'm aiming for the 24th of June, because that's after my overtime at work. So I'm aiming for a week on Tuesday. So that's what I'm looking at anyway. So I will be booking it in the next couple of days, okay? So, and I'll go from East Midlands, because that's my local airport anyway. I'm only 29.8 miles away from the airport. So there's a lot of roadworks on the A50, but I can still get to the airport either a back road, but I will definitely go onto the A50 and get to East Midlands. It's very easy to get to. Literally 40-minute drive, I'm there. It's so convenient. So anyway, so that's the plan. So I will go on the Tuesday afternoon to Terra Natura, go back to the hotel afterwards, go down to the old town, and then go to bed. I'll get up the next morning for breakfast, and then go over to Mundamar, do the shows, video them, live stream it, video it, photograph it, whatever, and then get down to Matteo's bar, have a beer in there, which will be Wednesday afternoon, and then walk back along the Levante promenade back to the old town again, and have something to eat at the hotel, have a shower, and then possibly go back out for another afternoon stroll along the promenade. It's quiet down the Poniente side, so I much prefer doing that anyway. And then Thursday, I will just be spending time down the old town, the Dove Park, Tapas Alley, the balcony, looking around the shops, and then Friday I'll be leaving to come home. That's basically what it'll be. It's just a mini break of 3 nights, but it's so I can go and do those 2 zoos for this channel. And I know it will absolutely take off. Literally like a plane, it will take off. So, and I'll go with Jet 2, hence the shirt, okay? So, I'll be wearing that, of course. But I'm really looking forward to going. I've been twice last year to Benidorm. I did my very first series last year in Benidorm in the March. And my videos gained 3,000 views in one day. Okay, that was last year when I went and did that was my very first series last year, when I stayed at the Poseidon Playa, which is halfway down the promenade of where I'm going to be, because I'm aiming to go to the Poniente side this time. And then that was literally 10-15 minute walk to the old town. And I will go down past there to get to the old town on foot. It's about 20-30 minute walk, but the walk down there is a lot quieter than the Levante side, honestly. It's a lot more relaxed. It's more Spanish and German tourists go down there. There's a few Brits that go down there, yes, but most of them go Benidorm for the boozing. So they're up the other end, Levante. Well, they can stay up there, as far as I'm concerned. The old town, you get a few Brits knocking about. Sherry's Bar's up there, which is really good food as well. The Macmaster Lee Davey, who has got YouTube, please subscribe to him. He's got loads of Benidorm footage, and I think he's going there very soon. He's just gone out on holiday to somewhere at the moment. Ben or Medina, that's where he went, that's right. But I know I did ask him on the chat, on his comments the other day, if he's going to Benidorm, and he says he's going very soon. And he goes from East Midlands. So who knows, I could be on his footage, or even he could be on mine. Again, I don't know. I've had 2 almost encounters with him. I've not actually met him in person. I'd like to. But I would like to meet him because he did inspire me to start my channel up. Because I was watching his videos prior to me going last year to start my series, which was my first one, which gained 3,000 views in one day. And then it just went through the roof the rest of the time. Well, of course it is, Wayne. I agree with you. If people don't want to watch my channel, that's fine. But most people on here, such as yourself and the ones that were watching earlier, they do appreciate my content. And that's all I'm doing it for. If people don't want to know, they can just leave the chat or just unsubscribe. I'm not bothered. At the end of the day, I'm not after subscribers. The views are what gains you the audience. That's what you need. That's what can help you monetize your channel. And then at some point, I can probably set up a PayPal account. I have had it with eBay, but I don't use eBay anymore. But I know people have done that on YouTube. They've set up a PayPal account, and people can donate money on live streams. You know, like might send 5 or 10 quid or something. But at the end of the day, if that happens, I'd be very grateful. I wouldn't expect it. I don't want people to be forced to pay me any money because I do work for my money. But any extra money is a good help because that helps me go and do more series. Helps towards my travel costs because there are absolutely stacks of places. If I told you all the places I want to go to, it'd be morning now outside, literally, by the time I'd finished. Because there are that many places I want to go and do a video on. Even in England there are, but abroad seems to draw me for some reason. Probably because of the weather, actually. But yeah, there are loads of places in Europe I've not been to yet either. I did enjoy Prague. I did enjoy Prague last December because I'd wanted to go there for a while, and there will most likely be another series out there as well because I want to do a boat trip over there next time on the river, which I wanted to do last time I went in December, but I haven't got enough time, okay? And it was my first time out there, and it was December, and it was chilly, and people were getting ready for Christmas, which I don't really get involved with. But again, it was still nice to be out there, don't get me wrong. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Went to the railway restaurant where the little trains come and bring you food and your beer to you. So, again, Prague will probably happen again. But I'm also looking at Budapest in Hungary. I know some Hungarian people that obviously are from there, and I've asked one of them which places to go, and he said Buda Castle, go and visit that. So Budapest is on the cards for another destination to go to. I would like to go to Krakow in Poland, which is Krakow. It's pronounced Krakow, actually, because my brother went there. And go and visit the Auschwitz camp. But I think if I went there, I'd probably need a box of tissues. Because of obviously what went on there was not very nice. Religious groups were tortured, mainly Jews, but other religious groups were persecuted as well for their faith. They wouldn't submit to Hitler's rule. But going there would be interesting to see what the camp was like and look at the history. I would definitely do a series there. That's on the cards as well. But Budapest is on the cards as well, definitely. I'd like to go to Switzerland. I'd like to go to Austria. So there's loads of places, even in France. I'd like to go to Paris, actually, and go up the Eiffel Tower. There are absolutely stacks of places to go. I'd like to do the States. I'd like to go to Japan. I'd like to go to the Philippines. I'd like to go to New Zealand. I'd like to go and visit Hobbiton from the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. I'd like to go Australia. There are absolutely stacked. I'd like to go to the Maldives. I'd like to go back to Egypt, but again, it's a bit dodgy. I'd like to go to South Africa. I'd love to do a South African safari. I'd love to go on a safari in Africa. I'd even love to go to the Norwegian fjords. I'd love to visit Denmark. There are absolutely stacks of places I would love to go, but again, it costs money. Okay, I'd love to go to the Caribbean. So again, you see, the list just keeps going. It really does. There's loads of America I'd love to see. New York. I'd like to go to Florida. I'd like to go to California. I'd like to go to Hollywood. I'd like to go to Chicago. There's honestly, I could be here all night. Yes, I have once as a child, but I only went for 1 day from Cyprus. And that was to Giza and the pyramids from Cyprus. So we went from Limassol to Port Said, down to Cairo, and then back to Port Said and back to Limassol again. Okay, while we were on holiday there. So it was 1 day in Egypt. That was it. And I was a kid, and we went to the Egyptian Museum, and I never spoke the whole day because I was in shock. Because I'd always wanted to go Egypt because of a fascination of it as a child. And parts of my room, I've got Egypt things in because I loved it at school. So it was my childhood, that was. But yes, I would love to go back to Egypt, Wayne. But again, it's quite dodgy out there, and you got terrorist attacks, and, you know, there's so much stuff going on in the world. You think, maybe I'll give that a miss. I'd love to go to the Valley of the Kings. I'd love to go to Tutankhamun's tomb. I'd love to go on a Nile cruise, to be honest. But honestly, there's so many places I'd love to go to and go back to. It's just not going to happen probably for quite some time, if ever. So, but I want to get as many places as I can on the channel. I mean, I'd love to do a series in Wales, in England, of course, in Wales, obviously the UK. But again, the weather here, I'm like, nah, I'd rather go to an airport and go on a plane, personally. A lot quicker. You're not stuck in traffic. You haven't got to worry about getting petrol. You haven't got kids saying, are we there yet? Because you could just go when you want, can't you, on a plane? I just go on my own. And it's just so nice to have somebody else do the driving or the flying in a plane case, and just basically get out there and get to your destination. If you don't like flying, well, you'll have to go on a ferry. Again, I'd love to do the Euro tunnel. I mean, I've been on it, but I'd love to do that for YouTube. Go over to France on Eurostar and video Euro tunnel. You know, again, there's so many ideas. Trust me, we could be here all night, which I don't want to keep any of you up longer than necessary. But anyway, this stream's gone on for quite some time. But yes, that's the Benidorm series planned anyway. So Monday Terra Natura will happen. I will be live streaming the shows, going down to the Old Town, going to Tapas Alley, going to Mateo's Bar. I'll be outside the Sol Pelicanos, Morgan's Tavern. I will try and live stream out there so you can see the hotel for yourself as well, not just on a footage or an episode, which you can, of course, you can watch because I'll edit it. But if you want to watch it live, I can go on live stream and just explain, well, this is the Sol Pelicanos from the Benidorm series, blah, 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 blah. This is Morgan's Tavern, which is Neptune's. And I'll go down to Mateo's Bar and video going in there. If Darren's there, he'll be on the footage because I'll video him and I'll get it and I'll probably interview him. I'll just randomly ask him a question just so that you can see him on the screen. Because he co-wrote the Catherine Tate show as well, and he also starred in it, cameo rolled in it. So and he's been in other things as well. Even Doc Martin, he was in an episode of Doc Martin a few weeks ago. And another Benidorm actress was in it as well, Sharon from the other series of Benidorm. So there's quite a few people that have been in on these programs. I think, oh yeah, I recognise that person from Benidorm or the Benidorm series, you know. So I generally can pick them out. But yes, that's the plan anyway in the next week or two. So please stay tuned to the channel. Please subscribe at Colesmith25. I thank you all so much for your support. Continue to comment on my videos. Look at the Peak Wildlife Park series that's on there. The Dimmingsdale series that's on there from this week. They're complete. They're edited and uploaded. I've done live streams as well. Watch them. But I will keep you posted regarding Benidorm. It will definitely happen. And I'll be heading out there very soon. Going over to Terra Natura and Mundamar and videoing these fantastic shows, which I'm sure you are going to enjoy. And I will set the live stream specifically for when the shows start. That includes Terra Natura as well. But please, again, support the channel. Thank you so much, Wayne. Let me know what you think. It's on the Benidorm 2023 series. Well, the playlist, it's not a series. It's Benidorm 2023 playlist on my channel. So please check that out. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you again. And good evening. And I do appreciate all the support. And thank you for the hearts there as well, whoever sent them. But I tell you what, it is hard work doing a channel. But you guys have helped a lot. So I really do appreciate it. So again, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.